Welcome to the first episode of the We Have a Problem podcast. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about our Letterboxd top fours, our Wrestlemania thoughts on the build-up and Elimination Chamber build-up, Avengers Doomsday, and then we are also going to be talking about our favorite wrestlers and matches that we have throughout all of professional wrestling its career. First, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Eduardo. I am 18 years old, and this is my brother.
I'm Gerardo. I'm in my mid 20s, and that's all you gotta know about that.
What year were you born?
19.
19? Dang!
Yeah. So, moving on. What do you want to talk about first? We could do letterbox top four.
I say we do our Letterboxd top four.
All right.
Do you want to go first?
I'll let you go first.
All right, so Letterboxd top four. If you don't know what Letterboxd is, it is pretty much movie social media, and on there you could put your favorite top four movies of like like if you were stranded on a desert island, what four movies would you take with you? Is how I like to think about it. So yeah, here are my top four. My number one first is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. In my opinion, it is the best Spider-Man movie that we have gotten. I think it's a perfect Spider-Man origin story. I think Miles Morales is the best Spider-Man that we have seen on a big screen. So yeah, there's that one. My second one that I have on there is The Iron Claw. We're wrestling fans. I think that movie means a lot to wrestling fans, and the Von Erich story is very tragic, and I think they do a great job of putting it to screen. My third movie that I have on my letterbox is Big Hero 6. It is a comfort movie for me. Baymax was one of my favorite characters growing up. I remember going to see that movie in theaters when I was a kid, so it holds a special place in my heart. And then my fourth letterbox movie is Avengers Infinity War. Uh, that movie, obviously, we're MCU fans. It is my favorite franchise, the MCU. So that movie really does mean a lot to be the build up to the Infinity Saga and what it led to Endgame. It's just a great movie, the best MCU movie in my opinion.
Yeah. On my top four, and these are in no particular order, right? Just
No,
top four in general. Currently, I do have Back to the Future Part One. I absolutely love that movie. I love a lot of movies that have to do with time travel. But obviously, I think a lot of people would agree that Back to the Future is the best time travel movie, maybe even the best movie of all time. So I have that one. I have Interstellar. I mean, it's Christopher Nolan. I haven't seen all his movies, but Interstellar is probably my favorite from his. And in number three, another Nolan movie, I have The Dark Knight. I really love that movie. A lot of people do. Um, it is the best Batman movie out there as of now. So yeah, I got The Dark Knight, and I also have Infinity War. Probably the best MCU movie. Overall, I think it is a better movie than Endgame. What makes Endgame is that third act, and that's what makes it memorable and epic. But overall, Infinity War is the better movie, so I have Infinity War on there as well. And those are my top four on Letterbox. We have hundreds of movies on there, but it gives you a little section to where you can put your top four, and that's what we got on there now. So yeah, check out the app. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun to log in movies.
I'll probably link our account in the description if they want to check it out, see
Yeah.
what we think of other movies. But yeah, next up, what do you want to talk about?
We could do favorite wrestlers and matches.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to do like a Mount Rushmore top four as well for wrestlers?
Yeah, might as well. Well, I didn't really think about this, but off the top of my head, I have John Cena, just retired, the GOAT. I grew up on Cena. He's the one that got me into wrestling. He was my favorite as a kid. Um, and it's John Cena. I have him up there. I have AJ Styles, also just retired. Um, I did see him a little bit in TNA when I was younger, and then obviously when he came to WWE, he was probably my favorite throughout high school. Dude was phenomenal. So yeah, I have Styles. How many more? Am I two more?
Two more.
Styles, Cena. I have Jeff Hardy. He was a big guy, a big one for me too. He was my favorite after Cena. Um, in 2008, they say he was bigger than Obama.
The
But
reason you watch TNA.
yeah, he was the one that got me into TNA. I remember my dad telling me that Hardy showed up with TNA, and that's when I started watching TNA weekly, and that's where I saw Styles. So I have Hardy there. I have Hardy, Cena, Styles. Probably my fourth. Probably Randy Orton. Um, you know, he's great. He's still there. Hopefully, he doesn't retire. I mean, he might retire soon, but the Randy Orton, 09 Randy Orton, bald Randy Orton was a menace. I hated him as a kid, but looking back, I appreciate the character he was in and the heel work he did. And to this day, the dude's awesome, and I love watching him perform. So yeah, that's mine.
All right, so my Mount Rushmore of WWE superstars. Your first one was my first one. It's John Cena. He's just the statistical greatest of all time, and he's just the greatest of all time in my heart. I mean, 17-time world champion. We were there for when he won 16 against AJ Styles at the Royal
Hmm.
Rumble. That was a great experience. Wasn't too happy about it then, but looking back on it, it's pretty cool. But yeah, just pretty much what he said. John Cena is the GOAT. He's my number one as well. My number two, I'm gonna go with Shawn Michaels, the best in-ring competitor that we have ever gotten. In my opinion, his match against Undertaker at WrestleMania 25 and 26, those are just phenomenal matches. The WrestleMania 25 match, spoiler alert, is my favorite match of all time. I just love going back and rewatching that match. My number third GOAT, it's probably AJ Styles as well. Like you said, just retired at the Royal Rumble.
Hmm.
I didn't know much about AJ Styles until he came into WWE, but then he told me about his Bullet Club stuff, his stuff he did in Japan, and I went back and watched some of it, and the dude is just phenomenal, like he said, no pun intended. But yeah, and then number four, I am gonna go with Undertaker. Undertaker was just around for so long. He was around for when Dad was alive, when you were alive, and then for me, he retired in 2020, I believe, at Survivor Series during the pandemic. That match against AJ Styles at WrestleMania 36, the Boneyard match, that being his final match, I think that is a perfect final match for him. So yeah, that's my Mount Rushmore.
All right. Favorite matches. I mean, it's hard to think of favorite matches. There's so much, but obviously you mentioned the one we went to. We got to see live with Cena and Styles at Rumble 17.
2017.
Man, that was so fun to be there, see that live. And again, at the time, I was rooting for Styles, but it was very fun and very cool to see Cena get that was 17,
16.
16 tie the record. So that was cool. I mean, obviously, I'm never gonna forget that. But you mentioned WrestleMania 25, Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. That's a good one. CM Punk versus John Cena, Money in the Bank 2011 is very memorable, very cool match. I have that one.
Undertaker versus Triple H, Hell in a Cell.
That was our first WrestleMania moving to Houston. We saw that with our family. That was very fun to watch together. So that one was cool. TLC 2, you know, you could watch that rematch. You could watch that match, rewatch that match every day and never get bored. So that's a really fun match. And yeah, I mean, I can name so many and keep going, but those are just a few.
As I mentioned, WrestleMania 25, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. That's just the perfect match in my opinion. The kickouts in that match, the close counts, they were just perfect in my opinion. Another match that I really like is the Hell in a Cell match with Triple H and Undertaker. That kick out where Shawn Michaels hits Undertaker with the Sweet Chin music, then Triple H goes into the pedigree and Undertaker kicking out. That's the best near fall in all of professional wrestling.
Mm.
Period. It
Made all of us pop.
Yeah, it was just crazy. That moment's crazy. Another fun match, like you mentioned, the TLC two with Edge, Christian, the Hardy Boys, Dudley's, just a really fun match. That
Mm.
spear off the ladder where Jeff Hardy's hanging from the top, that's just a very cool moment. A recent match, but a very good match. AJ Styles versus John Cena at Crown Jewel, their final match together. It's probably not as good as the 2017 match at the Royal Rumble, but it just means a lot to us wrestling fans with all the callbacks. John Cena doing the Sister Abigail, um, doing a whole bunch of his Great Rivals moves. AJ Styles doing a whole bunch of moves from the TNA roster, paying homage to them. But yeah, those are just matches that pop into my head that are some of my favorites of all time.
One I will mention also is it was my first live WrestleMania watching on pay per view at home. WrestleMania 23 and seeing John Cena versus Shawn Michaels. That's a good match. And Cena as a kid, obviously, I loved it. Seeing Cena come in that Mustang, very very cool. I'm a little biased for obvious reasons, but yeah, very cool. So that's a good match. And also on that card, we had Undertaker versus Batista, also a really good match. We had that ladder match when Hardy freaking broke Edge in half.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Seeing as a kid, was awesome. So yeah, those matches are very cool too. Um, yeah, I don't know if you have any other matches you wanna.
None that are popping up in my head right now, but yeah, those are some matches that just came into my head.
All right. So we could talk about WrestleMania build up. WrestleMania Las Vegas again, 2 years in a row. Uh, I didn't really like that. I think they should. Weren't they planning to go somewhere else?
They announced Rock. The Rock came out and announced that it was going to be in New Orleans a few
Right.
months after WrestleMania
Right.
41, but Vegas just outbidded them and got it again in Vegas.
Come to Houston, bro. Come on. But yeah, I mean, we could talk about WrestleMania build up. Where we got.
Rumbles just passed.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns and Liv Morgan winning their respective Rumbles.
I,
That promo with Punk and Roman on Monday was great. I wasn't a big fan of Roman winning the Rumble, but that promo just got me so excited for their match.
yeah, I mean, Roman has main evented how many how many WrestleManias? 8.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this one. I mean, it's cool seeing Roman how far he's come. He's gotten so much better on the microphone. He was always great in ring. He was always physically good. But it is cool to see him how far he's come on the microphone. But I don't know. I mean, I wish it would have gone someone else, but I am very interested. Like you said, the segment on Raw with Punk and Reigns was good. It was entertaining. So we'll see. I mean, I told you earlier. I saw someone say that it would be cool we see Finn Balor get put into that match, and kind of him beat that Daniel Bryan in that match, how Daniel Bryan was in WrestleMania 30. But I mean, obviously the yes movement was something that happened organically, and the fans were just wanting Bryan and pushing for Bryan. I don't see that happening for Balor, but it would be cool if maybe they give him that underdog run. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, uh, I don't know if you have any predictions or for that storyline and the build up for that one.
Sadly, I don't think Finn Balor is going to get that push. I do think he is going to face Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship at Elimination Chamber. It's inevitable that CM Punk has a match on that card because they are going to be in Chicago, his hometown. So yeah, I think they have a match there. Obviously, Balor doesn't win there, but I do think it's going to lead to him getting kicked out of the Judgment Day by Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan, and it's going to lead to Dominic versus Finn Balor for the IC title at WrestleMania, and hopefully we see Demon Finn Balor in that match. We haven't seen him since WrestleMania 39 against Edge in the Hell in a Cell, so I do think that that is going to happen. We could talk about Chamber. The qualifying matches are starting up. Randy Orton qualified for the men's Chamber last night on SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton qualified for the women's one on SmackDown last night as well. Next week we have Sami Zayn versus Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes. That's a qualifying match. Don't know who's going to win that one because I thought all three of those guys were going to be in the Chamber, but
Who'd you say is in that one?
Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, and Sami Zayn.
Mm, yeah. I mean, I think the obvious pick is Cody, but like he said, I mean, you got Jacob in there who's been attacking Drew
Mm-hmm.
as well. So I don't know. I mean, I really don't care for Zayn. I've always liked him, and I still do. But like you said, I'm a little tired of him being the underdog. Uh, yeah. I mean, so I got Cody winning that match. I think.
I do think the match for Mania is most likely going to be Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what they're building up to. They were building up to that before even the Rumble match against Sami Zayn. But yeah, I do think that is inevitably going to be the main event for the WWE Championship. Most likely night one because I don't see Roman Reigns not main eventing night two against CM Punk for the World Heavyweight title. But yeah, that's pretty much the build up so far for Mania. It's only been a few weeks after Rumble, just a week after Rumble, so nothing too much to talk about there.
What about AJ Lee? Where's she at? I mean, I haven't.
I'm assuming she's going to show up at Chamber because, like I said, it's going to be in
Chicago.
Chicago. Um, Natalia eliminated Becky Lynch from the Royal Rumble, so I could see Natalia and Becky Lynch having a match at Chamber and AJ Lee getting involved in that. Maybe AJ Lee makes a return before Chamber and has a match against Becky at Chamber for the belt and wins it there. Because I do think the match for Mania is, of course, Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the women's IC title. Um, but I don't see AJ Lee being around too long and holding that title for too long. So
Yeah.
a short stint from Chamber to Mania, I think, would be a good stint for her. But yeah, I think that's what AJ Lee's going to be doing.
Okay. Yeah. So we got Liv Morgan. She hasn't decided yet who's going to
No,
pick.
she showed up on SmackDown yesterday in
Yeah.
front of Jade,
Yeah. I mean, I think she picks uh
the World Heavyweight title, Stephanie.
Stephanie. Yeah. I don't see her picking Jade. It'll be interesting, but no. Jade has the look, obviously, and she looks like a star. She looks great, but I don't think her and Liv could have, you know, a good match. I don't think them two being.
The chemistry.
Yeah, I don't think it's there. So I would like to see Liv versus Steph. Um, and again, I think it makes for a better storyline with Raquel also chasing that title. So I think that could be very interesting. So yeah, I like to see Liv and Steph go at it at Mania.
I can see that match being a triple threat as well. Just adding Raquel in
Raquel,
there.
yeah,
Another rumor is that maybe Roxanne could also get thrown in there. That would be a cool moment for her.
I do like Roxanne. Yeah, it'd be interesting if they throw Roxanne in there.
Yeah,
Um,
I think the Judgment Day's imploding is finally going to happen
yeah,
and leading up to Mania.
yeah. What else we got?
For wrestling, nothing much.
We can move on to Avengers Doomsday. Uh, Probably our most anticipated movie of the year.
Yes.
It's an Avengers movie. Um,
Before we talk about it more, we did make a video of our most anticipated movies on TikTok. I'll link that in the description to go follow us. We have posted a lot of videos on there, so go ahead, give us a follow. But yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, it's an Avengers movie. The MCU post Endgame, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions, hasn't been great, with the exception of a few movies. For me, it was Guardians 3. I love that movie. No Way Home was great. Um, Shang-Chi was good. You got Wakanda Forever was decent.
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts was fun. To me, what didn't make it a great movie was the third act. I didn't really care for the third act. But other than that, the movie was really good. So yeah, I mean, I am excited for Doomsday, but I'm also a little worried and concerned. So that's why it is my most anticipated movie, and it's an Avengers movie. Um, Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen the teaser trailers, they're bringing back Steve Rogers, Chris Evans as Steve Rogers, Chris Hemsworth as Thor. The X Men, the OG X Men, are going to be in this movie. I think only for the first act and be killed off. I hope not, but they're in there. We got that teaser with James Marsden as Scott Summers, and then we got who else? The Fantastic Four, the Wakandans. So yeah, man. I mean, I I want to be excited, and again, I am excited. But I want the movie to be good also, and I hope it is. I hope it is. We got Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom. Have they said if he's playing a variant of Tony Stark or is he playing like Victor Von Doom?
I think it's Victor Von Doom because as we see in Fantastic Four, we see the Latvian flag and no one being there. And I think it's confirmed that the Victor Von Doom that we're getting in Doomsday is from the Fantastic Four's universe, and we see him at the end in the post-credit scene uh, talking to Franklin Richards and infiltrating the Baxter building. So I think it is going to be Victor Von Doom and not just Tony Stark variant.
Yeah, man. I mean, for people like us in our bubble, it could work, but you got the general audience, that he's Tony Stark. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. was Tony Stark since 2008. He was the face of the MCU, and he died as the face of the MCU and as Tony Stark. So I'm just very curious how they're gonna explain it. I mean, because when you see Robert Downey Jr., you think of Tony Stark, you think of Iron Man. So yeah, I mean, I do have faith in Marvel because they had that awesome Infinity Saga from 2008 to 2019, and they are bringing back the Russo brothers. And they've made every MCU movie they've made has been good. Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Endgame, Civil War, top tier Marvel. So yeah, I have faith with the movie. I am excited. I hope it's good. So yeah,
Yeah, as you were mentioning, the Russo brothers are coming back. They're 4 for 4 with their Marvel movies: Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, and Winter Soldier. Those are arguably the top 4 best MCU movies in all of the MCU. But yeah, like you said, Robert Downey Jr. coming back, it could be good, but it could also be bad. Like you said, we're in a bubble. Majority of the people, I'm assuming, haven't seen Loki, so they won't know what a variant is. So, I mean, yeah, I'm just very curious to see what they do. Like you said, they're bringing back the X-Men, Scott Summers, James Marsden in that comic accurate Cyclops suit. Couldn't help but get me excited. The trailer with the Wakandans and the Fantastic Four, Ben Grimm showing up at the end there, that's pretty cool. We're finally going to get some weird, wacky team ups like how we got in Infinity War and Endgame. So that's exciting. The trailer with Thor praying to Odin, saying to come back to his daughter Love. That's a very good trailer. Um, Thinking back on it, the Steve Rogers trailer, it's probably my least favorite now thinking back on it, but it was very exciting when it got leaked, and uh, we're just all excited that Steve Rogers was coming back to play Captain America because obviously there was rumors and speculation going around that he was going to come back, but nothing was confirmed until we got that trailer. So it was very exciting seeing him go up to that house that we see him at the end of Endgame. He has a kid now, with just the Avengers theme in the background with the piano. Just couldn't help but get chills looking at it. Do you want to rank your like the trailers? Which ones got you most excited?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're kind of obvious, but yeah, I mean, for me, I'm gonna go least or to least to greatest or
Yeah, sure. Start at the bottom.
the bottom. I think I also go Steve Rogers. I was gonna put the Wakanda trailer on there, but like you said, it's not a terrible teaser, but it's just him holding the baby. Um, it is exciting to see him again. Like he will be back, but again, it's just him holding the baby. So that one's probably my least. Second least, I'll probably go the Wakandan one. I did enjoy Wakanda Forever. I did like that movie. But the teaser, again, it's just showing them meeting the Fantastic Four, which is exciting. But not much to for me, not a whole lot to get excited for other than that. So third, I'll go the Thor trailer. It is a good trailer. It looks like we're getting a more serious Thor again.
Like Infinity War
Like
Thor.
Infinity War Thor, because Love and Thunder Man was just extremely silly. Cool visuals. It was cool to see Christian Bale in that movie, but it was just too much on the silly side. So it is cool to see Thor, Chris Hemsworth as a serious Thor again, and Prime Thor, especially after Endgame and Love and Thunder. So and then obviously the best one is the X-Men trailer. You got James Marsden in a comic accurate suit, which to me was never really important. I know a lot of people say they want to see comic accurate suits, and it's cool when we do, and it's cool when it's cool, but it's silly sometimes, and you gotta make modifications. But whatever, it's this one looks cool, um, and seeing him with those laser beams, very very cool. Um, as a kid, I grew up as a bigger Cyclops fan than Wolverine. I'm now a bigger Wolverine fan, but as a kid, I like the Cyclops character because he had glasses and I had glasses. So it is cool to see him back, and I'm very excited to see the X Men. I hope they're not in it just to die in the first 15 minutes. So here's hoping. But yeah, that's how I'll rank him.
We have the exact same list. The bottom two can be moved around with the Steve Rogers and the Wakandans one, but like I said, I'm just gonna give the edge to the Wakandans one because we're getting team ups like how we did in Infinity War and Endgame, and that's very exciting. There are rumors that behind Ben Grimm are the rest of the Fantastic Four and maybe even Victor Von Doom, because we see at the end of the Thunderbolts, the post credit scene, we see the Fantastic Four coming into the MCU 616, and there's rumors that Victor Von Doom is also in that ship, and I do believe those rumors. I think that is what's happening. But yeah, we have the same one. Like you mentioned, the comic accurate suit. We're like in a time where we're just getting nothing but comic accurate suits with the new Spider-Man suit, James Marsden Cyclops suit, Deadpool and Wolverine suit, and Deadpool and Wolverine. Those were very comic accurate. I love it. Like you said, it can be a little cartoony sometimes. I didn't love Wolverine's mask. Like the final 15 minutes of Deadpool and Wolverine, it looked a little weird.
What?
The white eyes in live action, I don't know how I feel about it. It just looks a little weird. I know a lot of people want white eyes for Batman in live action, but I don't know. I don't think it'll look great.
Yeah, I agree with you on the Batman part. For Wolverine, and maybe it's because I saw it, but yeah, with Batman, I wouldn't like the white eyes either. Before Wolverine, I thought it was pretty cool.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to, real quick. Do you think any characters that we didn't see in that stupid chair watch are gonna come out that they didn't announce in that? Like, I know because I know we got Secret Wars also coming up, and that
Yeah,
one's real big too, and we're gonna see a lot more characters there. But do you have maybe a character or two that you think they haven't announced they're gonna be in Doomsday?
I think there are a lot of characters. For one, I don't see how they do this movie without Doctor Strange. Doctor
Mm.
Strange is a big part of the MCU since his movie came out. Um, they did the whole multiverse movie with him, with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Say what you want about that movie. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it, but I just find it really hard seeing him not be in this movie. Spider Man is another one I could see being in this movie because it's Spider Man. It's the biggest name in all of the MCU. Um, I I could see
Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Yes. The rumors about Toby and Andrew being in there, I don't think they're going to be in here. I don't see it happening, especially if it's just to kill off Toby in the first 15 minutes. I don't want that. If anything, I could see them being in Secret Wars, but I don't see them in Doomsday.
I will say this, but before I say what I'm gonna say something else. A character I think will show up that they haven't announced is Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Yeah.
You have, Patrick Stewart and James Marsden and Ian McKellen coming back, and also Nightcrawler.
Yes.
Um, they didn't announce Storm and they didn't announce Jean Grey, right? They
No.
didn't. So,
Mystique's also coming back.
and Mystique's coming back. So I don't think you can have those characters and not bring Hugh Jackman back to interact with those characters. I mean, you just can't. Because again, he might come out in Secret Wars, but by Secret Wars, I think those characters might be dead. As much as I don't want them to, so I think you gotta have Hugh Jackman in Doomsday so you could interact with Scott and Professor X one more time. So he's one, and if you have Hugh Jackman in there, you gotta have Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. I mean, to see those characters interact, 8-year-old me is gonna go crazy because I grew up on those movies. So I would love to see Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire both in Doomsday or Secret Wars. But again, I would like to see Hugh Jackman in Doomsday for the reasons I gave. So yeah, Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman. I really hope they're in one of these movies. I would love to see them interact, and I hope not just to die, but it is what it is.
Same thing you said about Hugh Jackman, I think could be implied for Deadpool because I think if we do get Hugh Jackman, it's going to be the Wolverine we saw at the end of Deadpool and Wolverine. And I think if Hugh Jackman's in there, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is also going to be in there. They're a package now in the MCU, in my opinion. Seeing Deadpool interact with all the OG X Men would just be hilarious. All the jokes he would make. Also, the same could be said for X-23. She's also at the end there at the dinner with Wolverine and
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool, so it'll be cool to see them two show up as well. There was a whole thing with remember the flag that Ryan Reynolds posted with the A.
Yeah,
So I don't know if that ever got confirmed if he was going to be in there.
whatever that meant.
I don't know if that confirmed he was going to be in there. There was also rumors that him and Robert Downey Jr. were going at it backstage on the set of Doomsday, but those were all rumors. So who knows? Who knows? You have uh, what's Ian McKellen saying that he destroyed New Jersey the
Ah,
other
la la
day.
la la la.
You didn't see that interview?
I did see it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, he said he destroyed New.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's an interview. It's public out there. I don't feel bad about saying that, but yeah. So who knows how this movie's gonna go? It could be really good. It could be really bad. But
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, December, right?
December
December, we get Avengers, Doomsday,
and
um,
Dune,
and what?
Dune,
Oh, and Dune, yeah, Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Yeah, man, it sucks that they're not gonna get the IMAX till 3 weeks after or something like that.
Yeah,
I like watching my movies in IMAX, so it sucks that we're not gonna see Avengers Doomsday in IMAX for the first time. Um, and I don't think they're moving, right? They haven't said they're gonna move,
nope.
so
They have a countdown, a live stream countdown,
yeah.
like Oppenheimer did. So if they move, it'll just be
I mean, I guess we could watch it in Dolby. So,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, December, we'll see what happens. It's been how long has it been since Endgame?
2019.
2019, man, it's crazy. It's not exactly 10 years like it took for Infinity War, but yeah, I mean, we've had a good chunk of movies and shows, so we'll see. Hope it's good. I am excited, but also a little worried, like I said. But I am looking forward to it. So yeah, I don't know if you got anything else you want to say about the movies or wrestling. Um,
Mm, no, don't think so.
so yeah, guys, this was kind of like a video in podcast form. We're gonna, it's a lot of trial and error. So we just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about the things we like, about the things we're looking forward to. We're gonna be talking a lot of wrestling in this channel, movies, those two mainly. We do watch Formula One,
As you
so
could see.
yeah. So we're
Take a
gonna
guess on who my favorite team is.
be talking about that. The season starts when in March. In
March.
March, so gonna see a lot of videos about that, about each race, and stuff like that.
You want to give your favorite driver and team just so that they could get introduced to that?
Yeah, so I got into Formula One a few years ago. I think it was 2022,
Three.
three. Um, Sergio Perez, he's not my favorite, but he got me into the sport. When I saw him get pole, I think it was in Singapore
Singapore.
of 23 or 22
22. Because Carlos Sainz won that one.
of 22. I saw it and I'm like, yo, Mexican won a race. So I started following him. I started getting into the sport. I watched Drive to Survive. My brother and sister watched it and they got hooked. But yeah, my current favorite driver is Max Verstappen, the best driver on the grid right now, maybe of all time. I don't know. Yes, he drives for Red Bull, so I follow him where he goes. So he's a Red Bull guy. I'm a Red Bull guy. If he goes to Mercedes, I'll be a Mercedes guy. If he goes to McLaren, I'll be a McLaren guy. So yeah, Max Verstappen is my guy. Dude is undeniably the best driver right now. Even in that car that they gave him last year, he came in second in the championship.
Yeah. Two
So
points behind Lando.
2 points, bro. 2 points behind Lando.
In a rocket ship.
And he came back. It was a comeback because he was losing.
He was 100 points behind Oscar in Zandvoort after Zandvoort.
Yeah, man. So yeah, he's my guy. I am very excited for this season. I hope Red Bull gives him a better car.
They have a Ford engine.
If they give him a good car,
no doubt he's going to be there.
We're seeing number five. So yeah, that's what I gotta say about that.
So obviously, as you can tell, in my Ferrari year, I am a Ferrari guy. My guy is Charles Leclerc. Call me delusional all you want. This is our year. Charles Leclerc has to win the world title this year. If it's not this year, I think he walks away from Ferrari either at the end of 27 or 28. But yeah, this has to be the year. Also, I'm a really big fan of Lewis Hamilton. He's drives Ferrari now. Seeing him last year struggle was just sad. Not getting on the podium at all. That was very disappointing. I'm hoping Ferrari can give him the good car and engine for both of them to fight for a world title this year and the constructors.
It's over, bro. He's dating Kim K. It's done. You guys
Yeah,
are screwed.
gosh. And then Charles is engaged, has to plan a wedding, so who knows? But yeah, I'm hoping Ferrari could flip it around this year and give him a good car and win the constructors and the World Drivers' Championship with Charles Leclerc, preferably. So yeah, that's our little introduction to our Formula One takes.
Yeah, so um, that's what this channel is going to revolve around of movies, wrestling, Formula One. We also watch UFC, so maybe I don't want to crowd the channel too much with too many topics, but we also do follow UFC, so maybe a little bit of that. But yeah, I mean that's what we like to talk about. If you guys like it, please give us a follow. Again, these are our first few videos. We're trying different things with the setup, with the way we're talking, with audio. So yeah, hopefully we get better, and hopefully you guys follow along. Yeah, so follow us on YouTube and TikTok. On YouTube, where we have a problem 9907.
Just hit the subscribe button. We're posting this on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen it on YouTube, obviously you already know. But we are gonna post clips on TikTok. So also follow us on TikTok. We have a problem.
Yes.
So yeah, guys, I appreciate you watching. You got anything else to say before we go?
If you have any comments or questions for us, leave them down in the comments here, or maybe I'll post this on TikTok. So just leave them down in the comments. We'll do our best to answer them. We'll most likely will. We'll say your guys' name. We'll shout you guys out. So yeah, if you have questions about our takes, movie takes, I do watch baseball as well. So if you have questions about baseball, Formula One, WWE movies, we'll do our best to answer them and shout you guys out on a video. But
yeah, man. So appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.